Welcome to GreamCast, a podcast where we acquaint you with pressing issues that affect our environment and why we should be concerned about them. We are your hosts Parth
and Samarth. In today's episode, we are going to discuss about wildfires and how they are detrimental to you and me. Today, we provide you an overview on how wildfires take place and what we as a community can do to prevent them.
Nearly 3 billion animals were affected by Australia's worst wildfire season that burned from September 2019 to February 2020. This was Australia's worst wildfire season till date. More than 100 wildfires were counted as burning simultaneously across 12 western states in the US in the last 2 months alone. This has already burned 5 million acres of land. So what are wildfires?
Wildfires are unplanned and uncontrolled fires that emerge in an area of combustible vegetation. Wildfires requires three major components: a heat source, fuels, and oxygen, which is also known as the wildfire triangle. Natural heat source includes the sun and bolt of lightnings, whereas artificial heat source include burnt cigarettes, matchsticks, and campfires. Examples of fuels are bushes, medium to large size trees, and vegetation that can be found most often in every part of the world. So now, you might be wondering why wildfires emerge in the first place.
Trees contain oils that are flammable, which are called green fuels. When a heat source ignites vegetation or trees, the green fuels burn and the resulting flames feed off the oxygen in the atmosphere. And when the air moves, more oxygen is supplied to the flames and fires, which are then transported. Medium-sized trees and bushes are called ladder fuels. When the fire reaches the ground, they come in contact with these ladder fuels, which help these fires climb from one tree to the next. Since most wildfires are outdoors, they have an endless supply of oxygen to burn through, which is the reason wildfires last so long. What can we do to prevent these wildfires?
Normally, when wildfires occur, our first instinct is to put them out. But a part of the reason that we see more wildfires every year is because we keep putting those fires out. The ladder fuels that are there in the forest are allowed to grow every time we put the fires out. So scientists and researchers has come up with a new technique called fuel treatment. In this technique, we limit the fuels that pumps wildfires in several ways, including lodging and letting wildfires burn naturally in unpopulated areas using prescribed burns, where we set the fires to small areas purposely to burn ladder fuels. Now let's discuss how does climate change play a role in this.
Climate change is leading to warmer conditions and droughts, which ignites fuels and causes more fires. According to federal data, the last decade was the warmest in the history of mankind. Serbia recorded the highest temperature ever above the Arctic Circle, and ice in the Antarctic region is melting at an unprecedented rate. Climate change and weather patterns are creating hot and dry conditions for fires to erupt.
90% of wildfires that erupt are man-made. NASA satellites detect more than 1 million large-scale fires each and every year. They are getting more large and intense by the passage of time. It is high time for us that we find solutions to wildfires and act progressively against climate change.
Working together, only real change is possible.